2025 Booker Prize longlist has been announced. NPR. The Booker Prize, a prestigious literary award for English-language fiction, has unveiled its 2025 longlist. This year's 13 nominees showcase a remarkable diversity in style and subject matter, ranging from epic fables to darkly comedic tales and metafictional explorations. Among the authors vying for the coveted prize are Susan Choi with Flashlight, Maria Ravo with Endling, and Katie Kitamura with Audition. The judges praised the nominated works for their compelling characters and unexpected narrative twists. The winner of the £50,000 prize will be announced on November 10th during a live-streamed ceremony in London. Past winners include notable authors such as Samantha Harvey, George Saunders, and Marlon James, setting a high bar for this year's contenders. This year's longlist promises a captivating journey through diverse literary landscapes, making it a highly anticipated event for book lovers worldwide.
In our next story, worst-case scenario of famine is unfolding in Gaza, UN-backed food security initiative says. The UN's Integrated Food Security Phase Classification, IPC, has issued a dire warning about the unfolding famine in Gaza, stating that starvation is widespread and causing a rise in hunger-related deaths. The IPC's alert, while not a formal famine declaration, calls for immediate action to end hostilities and allow unimpeded humanitarian aid. Over 20,000 children have been treated for acute malnutrition, with thousands severely affected. This crisis follows earlier warnings from the IPC about the high risk of famine in Gaza. President Trump and Vice President Vance have both expressed alarm at the situation, with Trump stating there is real starvation and pledging increased U.S. involvement, including establishing food centers in Gaza. This directly contradicts Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu's claims. Israel has recently allowed some aid into Gaza, including through tactical pauses in military activity and foreign aid drops, but these measures are considered insufficient by the UN and aid groups. The death toll in Gaza has surpassed 60,000 since the conflict began nearly 2 years ago, with over 100 deaths reported in the last 24 hours. Hopes for a ceasefire remain dim following failed talks. The discrepancy in casualty figures continues, with Gaza authorities not differentiating between civilians and fighters, while Israel argues Hamas uses civilians as human shields. Amidst this, two prominent Israeli human rights groups, B'Tselem and Physicians for Human Rights Israel, have accused Israel of committing genocide against Palestinians in Gaza, citing Israel's policies and the devastating consequences. The Israeli government has rejected these accusations.
In our next story, Manhattan shooting suspect claimed to have CTE, mentioned NFL in note, sources say. A 27-year-old man, Shane Tamura, opened fire in a Midtown Manhattan office building on Monday, killing 4 people and wounding another. The shooting occurred at 345 Park Avenue, home to NFL headquarters, though Tamura's target appeared to be the NFL offices themselves, according to Mayor Eric Adams. Tamura, who died by suicide after the shooting, left behind a note claiming he suffered from chronic traumatic encephalopathy, CTE, a brain disease linked to repeated head trauma, often seen in athletes. The note implicated the NFL, accusing the league of concealing the dangers of CTE to maximize profits. Tamura played high school football but had no known professional connections to the NFL, and police have found no evidence he suffered from CTE. He had a history of mental health issues, including 2 mental health crisis holds in Nevada. Among the victims were a Blackstone executive and an NYPD officer. A 5th victim remains hospitalized but is in stable condition. Police recovered a high-powered M4 assault rifle at the scene. The shooting has reignited calls for stricter gun control measures, with Governor Kathy Hochul urging Congress to pass a national assault weapons ban. Tamura's actions, driven by apparent mental illness and grievances against the NFL, have left a community mourning and sparked a renewed debate on the impact of head trauma in sports and the need for stronger gun control legislation. In our next story, are tariffs driving prices up? Here's what we know, NPR. President Trump's tariffs on imported goods, initially threatening massive price increases, have yet to significantly impact consumer prices. Many companies, anticipating the tariffs, stockpiled goods last winter, creating a buffer against immediate price hikes. This preemptive measure, coupled with subsequent delays in tariff implementation, has postponed the full impact on shoppers. However, this isn't a permanent reprieve. Importers, fearing further tariff increases, are now holding back shipments, creating a potential future surge in prices. The current lower tariffs are being largely absorbed by companies, particularly in sectors like auto manufacturing, to protect their market share and avoid passing on increased costs to consumers already grappling with inflation. While some price increases have occurred, they've been relatively modest so far, mostly in categories like clothing, appliances, and toys. Companies like Hasbro are reporting minimal impact so far, largely due to stockpiling and cost-cutting measures. However, this situation is precarious, as the delayed impact of tariffs and increased warehouse storage costs threaten future price increases, particularly if the president implements his planned higher tariff rates. Retailers are currently hoping to avoid major price hikes, especially ahead of the holiday shopping season. But experts warn that if the president follows through with the threatened substantial increases in August, significant price increases are inevitable on a wide range of imported goods, including food and consumer staples. The ultimate impact on consumers hinges on the final outcome of ongoing trade negotiations and the president's ultimate decisions regarding tariffs.
In our next story, Ryne Sandberg, longtime Cubs star and Baseball Hall of Famer, dies after cancer battle. Hall of Famer Ryne Sandberg, a Chicago Cubs legend, passed away Monday after a battle with cancer. He was first diagnosed with metastatic prostate cancer in January 2024, initially going into remission, only to learn the cancer had spread later in the year. Sandberg fought bravely, undergoing intensive treatment. Sandberg's impact on baseball extended far beyond his incredible playing career. A five-tool player known for his power, speed, and unwavering work ethic, he was a 10-time All-Star, winning the NL MVP in 1984 and leading the league in home runs in 1990. He also won numerous Gold Gloves and Silver Sluggers, cementing his place as one of the game's greats. His dedication to the Cubs was unparalleled. Spending the majority of his 16-year career with the team, the Cubs retired his number and erected a statue in his honor, recognizing his contributions both on and off the field. After his playing days, he continued to serve the game, coaching with both the Cubs and Phillies organizations, before managing the Phillies for 3 seasons. Tributes poured in from across Major League Baseball, with Commissioner Rob Manfred and Cubs chairman Tom Ricketts praising Sandberg's character and legacy. His passing marks a significant loss for baseball, but his achievements and unwavering spirit will be remembered for generations.